Today's video is being shot from somewhere totally different. Check this out. Here's my new workstation right there. And I have a view of the outside, but this is not my home. I'm actually, I'm embarrassed to say it. I'm actually living at my in-laws right now. We've sold our house and we're building a new house. And in between that house getting ready and the other one, we needed to have somewhere to live. So the in-laws said, hey, we're gonna go to Europe for 5 weeks. You can stay here. Not bad, huh? You get to view that. Pretty good. So anyways, the reason why I wanted to shoot this video today is something that's been going on recently is inflation. Inflation has been going through the roof. The price of everything is getting higher and higher and higher. But what's happening with accounting firms is that they're not increasing the prices. So what's happening is you're getting a grind on your profit model. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about was, how do you increase your revenue? Because here's the thing is that most firms have a revenue ceiling. They have this ceiling and how do you avoid hitting that revenue ceiling? How do you bust through it? Because you only got so many hours in the day. So how are you going to increase that revenue model? Well, here's the key. If you're billing by the hour, the only way to increase your revenue model is increasing your billable hour. But then you're doing that and then you're talking to your clients and it drives them crazy. It's also, you only have so many hours in the day. So let me say this one more time. If you're billing by the hour, you only have so many hours in the day. So you're always limited. Your income's always limited. As opposed to, let's say, realtors. You sell a property, you do the same amount of work, but if the property value is doubled, as it is now, especially in Victoria, and especially places like this, like I shudder to think what this place would be worth right now, but luckily the in-laws are not selling it, so I get to use it for a few weeks while I'm waiting for my house to be finished. But the price of a house goes up double, the realtor makes double. I mean, if you've done any tax returns for realtors, you know how maddening it is. You see how much money they make and how much work they're putting in. It's like, that doesn't seem fair, but it's because of the value that they're deriving. They're selling a more valuable asset, and so therefore they get a higher commission on it. But accountants, we can't work on that commission-based model. So how do we avoid this revenue ceiling? Only so many hours in a day. Well, you move to a value pricing model. And that's what I've been talking about since day one from the accountant success formula approach, is that you get away from a billable hour model and you have no ceiling on your revenue. You can value price it as high as you want. For example, one of my clients recently just closed a client for $50,000 a month. I kid you not, 50 grand a month. That's got nothing to do with how many hours they're putting in. It has everything to do with the value that they're providing their client and what the client's getting as a result. It's kind of like selling the house. The house is double the price that they're selling, then the compensation becomes doubled. But you can't do that with a billable hour. Like, if you think about that, how in the world could you actually get another client? Think about it in your billable hour model. How could you get another client on board to get another $50,000 a month today? You'd have to think about how many hours you'd have to put in. It would be insane. So if you want to avoid hitting that revenue ceiling, switch to value pricing. How do I do that, Eric? Well, I have a program for that. It's called the Accountant Success Formula. It's an executive level coaching program that I show accounting firms I lead, guide, and protect them on how to move from a traditional billable hour model to a value pricing model. Subscription. You get smoothed out cash flow, you reduce the amount of time you have to work, and you get clients that appreciate you more. And it's all just about fixing the model. That's the problem. So if you don't want to have, I keep getting distracted because I'm looking at this beautiful view over there. Isn't that something? That's $1 million view. That's worth a lot. Anyways, sorry, to come back to it, $1 million, if you want to avoid that ceiling, that revenue ceiling in your accounting practice, move to value-based billing. How do you do that? Accountant Success Formula. Give me a call. I'd love to have a chat with you. So I'm Eric Solbakken, reminding you that when you take back control of your business model, you can take back control of your life. Stay tuned for more success tips to come.